Have you ever started something? With fire in your chest. Only to quit halfway. And wonder what went wrong. Maybe you started a small business. And it died in 90 days. Maybe you picked up a new skill. Grinded for 2 weeks. Then never touched it again. Maybe you've switched paths so many times. You don't even know what you're chasing anymore. And now you sit there thinking, maybe I'm just not built for success. Maybe I've tried everything. But what if you haven't? What if the real reason you keep failing is not because you lack talent, but because you've never truly given one thing, everything you've got? This is the story of a man who tried everything until one lesson changed his life forever. Stay with me. Adrian, the man who couldn't stick. In a small American town, where people ran diners, repair shops, and local businesses, there lived a 28-year-old man named Adrian. Adrian wasn't lazy. Not even close. Everyone who knew him said the same thing. He works hard. The problem wasn't effort. It was direction. In just 4 years, Adrian tried 7 different paths. He opened a food truck. Closed in 2 months. Started an online clothing store. Quit after 6 weeks. Signed up for a coding boot camp. Dropped out a third of the way. Then came photography. Woodworking. Tutoring. Even beekeeping. Every time, same pattern. Big excitement. Long hours. Early progress. Then, the first real challenge. And a voice in his head would whisper, "This isn't it. The right path should feel easier. The right thing wouldn't be this hard." So he quit. Again. And again. His apartment told the story. A dusty camera on the shelf. A half-built chair in the corner. Jars of unsold honey in the kitchen. And a laptop. With tabs still open. From the last dream he abandoned. The breaking point. One night. His wife, Lena, sat across from him at the table. Bills spread out. Silence in the room. Then she said, "Adrian, I know you work hard. But I don't know if you'll ever finish anything." That hit different. Not loud. But deep. We've burned through our savings. Chasing ideas that go nowhere. When does it stop? Adrian had no answer. Because she was right. That night, he sat alone in the dark. Thinking. He knew the pattern. He saw it clearly. But every time things got hard, he ran. Always chasing the next better path. Never staying long enough to see what was possible. The 8th attempt. His next idea was a small electronics repair shop. Phones. Appliances. Anything broken. He borrowed money. Rented a tiny spot near downtown. And opened with hope. The first few weeks were decent. Customers came in. He learned fast. Watched tutorials at night. Practiced all day. Then month 2 hit. A big repair chain opened nearby. Faster service. Lower prices. Customers disappeared. One afternoon, he sat in that shop. For 6 hours. No customers. Not one. That night, his phone rang. His brother-in-law. "I need the money back. My kid's school tuition is due." Adrian looked at the cash box. Almost empty. That night, he closed the shop. Walked home in silence. Sat at the table. And whispered, "I think I've tried everything. Maybe I'm just not meant for anything great. Lena looked at him. Then said something he would never forget. You haven't tried everything. You've tried the first month of everything. That's not the same. The old craftsman. The next morning, Adrian went for a walk. No plan. Just needed air. He wandered into the older part of town and stopped in front of a small shop he had passed 100 times before. A locksmith shop. Inside, an old man working with calm precision. Adrian walked in. I don't need anything fixed, he said. I just saw your work. It's incredible. The old man smiled. Thanks. How long did it take? Adrian asked. The old man replied. That piece? 3 weeks. The skill? 50 years. Adrian sat down. And for some reason, he told him everything. All the failed attempts. All the quitting. All the doubt. The old man listened. Then stood up. And grabbed a magnifying glass. The lesson. He placed a piece of paper in the sunlight. Then moved the magnifying glass around. Light scattered everywhere. Nothing happened. Then he stopped. Held it still. Focused the light on one single point. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. Smoke. Then, fire. The paper burned. The old man looked at Adrian. The sun didn't change. The paper didn't change. The only difference was focus. He leaned in. You don't lack energy. You have plenty of sunlight. But you keep moving the glass. You never hold it still long enough for anything to catch fire. Silence. Then Adrian asked, what if I choose the wrong thing? The old man shook his head. That's your trap. You're obsessed with the right path. Instead of asking, am I willing to stay long enough to make it work? Almost any path works if you don't quit. The decision. That night, Adrian made a decision. Not a perfect one. A real one. He reopened his repair shop. But this time, no deadlines. No escape plan. No, I'll quit if this fails. Just one promise. I will do this for 1 year. No matter what. He wrote it down. Taped it to the wall. And got to work. The transformation. The first 3 months were brutal. Slow business. No money. Constant doubt. But he stayed. Every night, he studied. Every day, he practiced. He learned what others couldn't fix. Old machines. Rare parts. Complicated repairs. He went deeper. Not wider. Month 4. Something changed. A customer brought in an old clock. No one else could fix it. Adrian spent 2 days on it. And when it ticked again, that moment changed everything. Word spread. There's a guy who fixes what no one else can. By the end of the year, he had a waiting list. More customers than he could handle. He hired help. Paid off his debt. Moved into a better place. Stability. Respect. Peace. The truth. This story isn't about a repair shop. It's about you. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never stay long enough to become great. They confuse movement with progress. But starting over resets everything. Every time. Depth beats switching. Every single time. Your challenge. If this feels like your story, do this. Choose one thing. Not the perfect one. The one you keep coming back to. Commit to it. 1 year. No quitting. No second guessing. Then go deeper. Not wider. Because success doesn't come from trying everything. It comes from staying. When it gets hard, the sunlight is already there. The glass is in your hand. Now the question is, will you finally hold it still?